friends, Amber back for day 14 of National Scrapbooking Month, scrapbooking a page a day. And today I am going to be scrapbooking some photos from last year. We had a 5.7 magnitude earthquake here in Utah, with the epicenter being very close to my home, and it shook our worlds, to say the least. So I have all these photos I want to scrapbook, and I did sit down and I typed up my journaling because there was a lot. There was a lot I wanted to tell about this event, and so I typed it up. A, so it was easier for people to read, and B, because my hand was going to get tired writing all that, right? So, and very important information in here that I wanted to share. So I have a lot of photos. I have lots of journaling, and for that all to be in one single page layout or a two-page layout, it was just very overwhelming to me. And then I had an aha moment, and I was like, story by Stacy. Stacy Julian, and Close to My Heart, have a collection where it's called The Extended Story, and it's right here. It's in our core catalog, page 45. If you're interested, I will leave links down below. So they have a how-to book that's very interesting, and it's a very good read. It talks about, your journaling and how you tell your stories and the different things like that. It also goes through the extended story, which it's like a large story that's connected, right? It's all connected. So like this is a story of her daughter and her love of tech. And so it's all different pictures and things, but it's all an extended story, right? I've done them for birthday parties where I have tons of photos. And so it's like, a few pages full of documenting one event. It could be a theme. It doesn't have to be just one event. It can be definitely whatever you want. So this is a very cool book to get. You do get it with just the page protectors, or you can buy it in a bundle with an album to put it in. I have an album, I just haven't put it in there yet. So this is a really great thing to have on hand, even just to read it and go through it and have it as a reference. Now, the other thing that goes with this is there's a memory protector combo pack that comes with this. And what that includes, and this is your extended story pack, you have a 6x6. There is a 3x4 page protector. What do we call these? They're called Pocket Plus page protector. Sorry, Pocket Plus. So we have a 3x4 that's horizontal. We have a 4x6 that's horizontal. We have this 8.5x11 and a 12x12. Now you're welcome to add more pages to this. This is just kind of what comes in that combo pack. And so we have that, which I have here. And then Close to My Heart created this guide for us consultants. And it was a cutting guide, just an example of how to do one of these. And so I'm actually going to take this cutting guide using this program and this idea to create the layouts for this page. Now, the paper collection I'm going to use is from Cartabella, and it is Our House. I just felt like this, we're all at home. A lot of this stuff is our home, and so I thought this would be a fun collection, and I love these colors. And Cartabella paper is awesome. Just flip through this real quick. And there's some great stickers in there. Hey, I think mine had an oops, and I have 2 sticker sheets. Ooh, that's exciting. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to use. I am going to cut all these papers. What I'll do is actually cut these papers, not so you have to watch, and then I'll put all the pages together and show you guys how this is going to come together. So let's get this started. Okay, I got all of my pieces glued down, and now I'm just gonna go through and start putting my pages together. I pull out my ephemera here. I am gonna go through all of that really quickly to see what I have, see what I want to use, see what I definitely don't want to use. There wasn't very many that I could use for this, which is fine because there's still tons of paper left over in this collection, so I can use it another time. Now I am pulling out these foam alphas. They are probably on my website still under the While Supplies Last. And I love these because you can color them with your markers and make them whatever color you need them to be, which you'll see me do here in just a minute. And I'm simply doing the date, which was March 18th. Now that I'm looking back on this, I'll probably go somewhere and put 2020 because it doesn't say 2020 anywhere. But I am going to take my black marker right here, and then I will just draw over these alphas and make them black so they stand out even more. I love having this guide because it's helping me put this together so much quicker than I would just normally on my own. It takes a lot of the thinking out of it, and I love that I'm doing this extended story because it's giving me so much more space to put pictures and story, because there's just so much story and so many pictures to go along with this big event. Now, I may be making a bigger deal out of this than should be, but here in Utah, I mean, we do get earthquakes, but nothing to this magnitude. And so it was a big thing for us, and it was quite frightening. I'm sure there are those of you out there that are like, oh yeah, we get earthquakes all the time. That's nothing. A 5.7, oh, whatever, right? No, this was huge for us and very traumatizing. So hopefully we don't get another one like that in a very long time. I know we do sit on a fault line here, a big fault line, and so they always talk about the big one. And when this earthquake happened, my dad woke up, jumped out of bed, went to the doorway and started screaming, "Shauna, Shauna, get out of bed, it's the big one." And my mom just sat in bed and laughed, and as her bed shook, like it didn't bother her like it did my dad. Same thing here. It bothered some of us and not others as bad. So, I mean, we all took it differently, but it was pretty traumatic for the most part. I am also loving that there are little spots where I can add some little more detailed journaling for the pictures. That's always nice to do. Add some more journaling underneath your photos. This photo, I don't know if you guys can tell, this is the antler that got stuck in my brother's closet door from the earthquake. It was crazy. It's just sticking in the door. He's so lucky that's not like his chest or something it's sticking out of. He goes shed hunting and he sells the antlers he finds. People make dog chew toys and stuff with them, or decorations. And so he always has lots of antlers in his room. And yeah, he's just lucky. I think he was actually out of town. Most of my little brothers were out of town for this event, so they didn't get to experience it like the rest of us. Okay, as I'm getting closer to the end, I start to pull out even the back page to kind of gauge where I want my photos and which photos I want where, because I don't want to get to the end and go, oh, these don't work. So my last like 3 pages, I do pull out all of it so I can kind of see it all together and see how I want to lay it out. It's always nice to plan ahead. I highly suggest that. I didn't plan ahead nearly as much as I should have. I kind of just started rolling with it, and it does work out for me, but normally I probably would have been like, okay, these are the photos I want here. I want these photos here, all way before I started gluing things down. But I started getting excited that I was finally getting these pictures scrapbooked. And so I just started going at it, and it really just went out of control, and I was really excited because it came together fairly quickly. It took me about 45 minutes to put them all together after cutting out the paper and gluing down the base pages. That's my journaling. That's deciding where I want everything, the embellishments, which was pretty good for me, I would say. Okay, after putting these final touches onto my pages, I am going to slow this down and walk you guys through what this will look like in my album. So hope you'll stay tuned for that. I love the way it looks in an album, so I'll kind of show you how that works right here. Okay, so that was a process. I ended up not going directly off of the guide and cutting, as opposed to just looking at each page and cutting pieces for those pages, if that makes sense. And so the cutting took me a little bit longer, but I think it turned out really good. So let's walk through what this extended story looks like. So here it is. This is what it's going to look like in my album. I love that you can kind of see more than just the cover page, so it all goes together. Here I started off with my large journaling and the date. And then when we open up, again, you're seeing multiple layers here, and you can tell it all goes together. So then I have this photo with some more journaling. Then we have a 6x6 right here that flips. I have these little 3x4s that will flip, so you can see those. And then my 4x6s. I actually added an extra Pocket Plus page because I had more tall photos that I wanted to put in here, which is totally fine. You guys can always add more. I think as long as you have this base of a 12x12 and then these smaller sheets, you're going to be just fine. And so then I added those. You notice on this one, I put my sticker directly on top of my page protector. Remember, that's always an option. You totally can do that. And then it finishes it off right here. So this is how this will look in my album. And it will continue. It will talk about all of the earthquake, even though these pictures are taken throughout a few months and the process. And you know, let's see, like this right here says that as of 11 a.m. on March 30th, we've received 658 earthquakes as part of Magna's sequence. The count includes 3 in the magnitude 4 range, 20 in the magnitude 3 range, and 122 in the 2 range. And then it just kind of shows you all those aftershocks we had. You guys, we had so many aftershocks. And so, you know, some of these pictures, this is an aftershock we had where my son jumped right underneath the table, wouldn't come out, wouldn't finish his dinner. This is his sister trying to make him laugh again. You know, this is weeks later after that earthquake. So it is all about the earthquake, but it's a matter of a few months. And so in my scrapbook, I scrapbook chronologically. And so instead of putting, you know, this in April or May or whenever this happened, it's just all together, and all of the earthquake is in one spot, recorded and documented for my album. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like it, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and come back for more. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another video of National Scrapbooking Month, scrapbooking a page a day. Catch you later. Bye-bye.